What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Oakemon and today we've got a bit of a different video. Today we are going over the 25th anniversary Grand Master set. This is absolutely everything ever printed in terms of celebrations, excluding the jumbo cards because I don't personally count them in a master set, or sorry, a Grand Master set. I'm going to go through where you could get the cards. I'm going to show you one by one what they are. Hopefully this will help somebody get ready for the 30th anniversary, releasing as packs in October of 2026. Let's get straight into it. This is a red Card Guardian. I usually have Vault X, but the Card Guardian readily available, and to be honest, if it didn't have the label on it, I wouldn't be able to tell a difference, so I'm pretty happy with that. Let's get into the first page here. So we've got Ho-Oh, we've got Reshiram, Kyogre, and Palkia. All four of these were readily available in the Celebrations 25th anniversary packs, and in those packs you got 4 cards, and that's it. Usually you'd have a pretty good hit rate. There was 25 cards in the original set and 25 cards in a subset known as the reprints. We'll get to those in a little bit. They are numbered 1 to 25. This is what you could get. Here is Pikachu's, a Mew, a Zekrom, a Xerneas. On the Pikachu page, you've got updated designs. So this is like the original Pikachu. It's got the red cheeks, Flying Pikachu, Surfing Pikachu. All of these are older cards reimagined for the 25th anniversary. Very, very cool cards. Very hard to grade, especially this one. This is worth a lot of money in a 10. Same with the Mew. The Mew is worth a lot of money in a 10. I had about 100 of these packs, and I don't think I ever had a 10 worthy Mew. It's just the print quality of the time. Pokemon wasn't as crazy as it is now. They were a bit looser with the QA. But yeah, still very sick looking cards. Obviously good additions to the set. The next page, we've got the Cosmog, Cosmoem that evolve into Lunala. Very, very cool. And then we've got a couple of full arts. We've got Zacian and Zamazenta over here. Groudon to go with the Kyogre. These are in the correct order. I don't know why like Groudon and Kyogre aren't together. I don't know why these two aren't together. It's just how they're numbered. But they are very, very sick looking cards. When you opened up Celebrations, you got a lot of these. These were the first 3, I think. Like this sort of like half art was the first 3 cards in the pack, and then the last card could have just been like a Mew or like a Cosmog, but a lot of the times it was a full art. So these were super common as well, not super valuable, but still good looking. Then we start to move on, things get a little bit more interesting. Solgaleo, Lugia, Professor's Research, and then the first full art trainer of the set is Professor's Research. Now, a fun story about Professor's Research is me and my wife opened a lot of these celebrations when they came out, and we endlessly pulled this card. It just was everywhere. And we were opening packs, and we were desperate to find this gold Mew. And she was like, oh. So I was like, have you got the Mew? Have you got the Mew? And she was like, no, it's Professor's Research. And she put it behind her. And she convinced me throughout the opening it was just Professor's Research. But at the end, she was like, yeah, look, it's just Professor's Research. And then she pulls the Mew out. I couldn't believe it. I was so jealous. I tried to trade her. She definitely didn't want to do that. So yeah, this is the gold Mew. I eventually did get it, and I got it for £25 at a card show. Check out the first ever video on my channel if you want to see that deal. I also thought I completed Celebrations in that video. You'll find out that I didn't in this video, but I have since. So then we've got the original 3. We've got Blastoise, Charizard, and Venusaur. Incredible looking cards. These are the original designs with updated holo patterns. These were also available in the packs. So we're moving on now. The Blastoise is the start of the reprints. There are 25 reprints in the set, and the Blastoise is the beginning of that. And basically this takes iconic arts from older sets, reprints them, sticks the stamp on them, a new holo pattern, and then they could be pulled, and they were a lot harder to pull. The Charizard is a lot of money. I think it's maybe over £100 now, possibly 150. But yeah, I picked it up for a really good deal. Next page. So here we got Imposter Professor Oak, Dark Gyarados, here comes Team Rocket, Rocket Zapdos, all these iconic older cards. I do have a couple of the Dark Gyarados because I bought them off eBay, and one of the packages got lost. And then it arrived like 3 months later, so I'm gonna grade that one. But yeah, just incredible looking cards. Birthday Pikachu. This is a valuable card in the original. It's kind of valuable in the set. All of these are kind of valuable, actually. You can write your name on it. Obviously, I'm not gonna do that because I want to keep this set pristine. Cleffa. I had to buy that off eBay, despite how many packs I opened. For some reason, that's the card that evaded me. Shining Magikarp. Now, that is a stunning card. I was so happy when I pulled that. I pulled that on Christmas Day a few years, well, like 5 years ago now. Team Magma's Groudon, I remember opening these packs. Then next page, you can see the big card on the page. This bad boy right here. So we got Rocket's Admin, we got Mew EX, Gardevoir EX, and we got Umbreon Gold Star. Now, this was only available in Pop Series packs. Those are very expensive as is. I paid £60 for this Umbreon on eBay. but I actually think the original is closer to £8,000 raw. So mental money, definitely something. I'd have to trade my whole collection to get that, or at least most of it. Then we got Claydol, Luxray, Garchomp, Donphan. Yeah, just incredible looking cards. All of these part of the reprint set. Reshiram and Zekrom, these went a bit wild when Black Bolt and White Flare came out. Stunning holo texture. I'm gonna lift this up a wee bit so you can see them because they're just so, look at that. That's crazy. The Zekrom's the same, almost color changing. The most off-center Xerneas you'll ever see, but these aren't grading, these are my binder cards. Then we get the Mega Rayquaza. Now, I bought this, again, in that first video on my channel, and it was an Ace 9, so I cracked it. Yeah, it was a successful crack. It came out very, very clean. Tapu Lele is the last card in the 25 card reprint set. Very, very sick card, but then we move on to the promos. Now, the difference between a master set, because this is a master set, it ends here, the master set. The difference between a master set and a grandmaster set. A grandmaster set, you have to complete absolutely everything that was ever printed in terms of the set. So that includes promos, that includes deck exclusives, absolutely everything. I've got them all, you'll see them all. This is the General Mills Pikachu. This was only available in cereal boxes in America. Unexpectedly cheap, even though they don't print it anymore. Professor Burnett, this was available in a collection box. You know, it's part of the set, I had to add it. Then the next page, we got Pikachu VMAX. This was from a figure collection, which was very sick. Dragapult collection box, Charizard, Sylveon collection box promos. These were everywhere back in the day. Back at 4 years ago even, I would buy a lot of them. Always leave stock, never buy out a shop. Always leave stock for kids, but I would buy a few boxes when I went in. Zacian collection box, and then Mimikyu, Light Toxtricity, and Hydreigon were all from a lunchbox. I picked mine up in Smith's in Edinburgh, and they all came out pretty minty actually, so really happy with that, because lunchbox promos aren't always the cleanest. Then next up we got the Pikachu V Union, which is, I mean, what can I say about that? It is just stunning. Look at all the different arts up close. So many cool Pikachus. Look at that one. Yeah, very, very cool. That was part of a collection box as well. Super happy to get that. I think I didn't buy the collection box though. I think I just bought the Union cards, because I think I already complete celebrations at that point, and I was just hunting promos. Next up we got Pikachu V. That was in the same figure collection. I don't know why it's here. It's just how I laid out the binder. I did follow a guide on how to lay it out. Shout out Mewman if you're watching this. But yeah, it just looks so pleasing to the eye. I did change a couple of things, but yeah, I think this was the best possible layout you could have. We got the Gold Star Greninja, which was never printed without the celebration stamp. This was only available in the ETBs as the ETB promo. I did end up buying mine. I can't afford the celebrations ETB, they're crazy money. My friends Cameron and Amy did just open theirs, and they pulled the Charizard. So I suppose that's the only way you're ever going to get your money's worth. And they got lucky. Now these, Pikachu V and Pokeball, are both from the Celebrations UPC. I think that's close to £700 now, that box. I got it around the £400 mark for Christmas, which was very sick. Yeah, they're stunning. The Pikachu's viciously off-center, but it's still minty, it's still cool, perfect for the binder. Yeah, and the other thing you got in that UPC was these. So these two here are metal cards. I'm gonna get the Charizard out and show you closely. Now, these do not have a stamp on them. Look at that. These do not have the stamp on them, but they are part of the collection, part of the official master set, Grandmaster set. You can see they're metal. Very, very shiny, very cool. And these are pricey. This is thousands in a 10. But the reason they're so expensive in a 10 is because they are very hard to grade. You'll see on the top of mine, there is a tiny nick. And that would stop at 10ing. That's it. And 9 is about raw. Very, very lucky to have those before they got too crazy to buy. And next up, we have the McDonald's collection. So I'm gonna go through these relatively quick because they're not super interesting, but they are cool to have in the Grandmaster set. They are required to finish it, but there is a normal, and there is a hollow foil version of every single card. So we've got Bulbasaur, Chikorita, Trico. Start with the grass types: Turtwig, Snivy, Chespin, Rowlet. This is also a checklist guide, so if anybody is trying to collect celebrations and you can't find a definitive list, this is it. In this binder is everything. You will not find a more complete set than this, unless somebody stuck the jumbos in, but they're not part of it. Grookey, Charmander, Cyndaquil, Torchic. A couple of things about the McDonald's is they do have very bad print quality. I'll get the Charmander out to show you what I mean. It's still it's like LP to NM. I don't know if you'll even see it, but there's tiny hollow specks. You might be able to see it, I don't know. But yeah, basically every single holo McDonald's card has it. It's almost impossible to get them without it. I have bought multiple sets trying to get them as clean as possible, so I would call my set basically near mint, maybe a couple of LP pluses, but I'm not here to split hairs and I'm not here to sell it. So then we got Cyndaquil, Torchic. Me and my brother were just talking about how we sold our Gold Star Torchic for £200 back in the day. Very sad. Chimchar, Tepig, Fennekin, Litten, Scorbunny, Squirtle, Totodile. Totodile was very expensive. I had to pay like £8 for that. Don't know why. Mudkip, Piplup, my favorite starter. I love Piplup. Oshawott, Froakie, Poplio, Sobble, and Pikachu. Now, this is where a bunch of people might have this, but this next page is where people slip up. Because to have the Grandmaster set, you have to have everything, and that includes deck exclusives. So in 2022 and 2021, there were multiple decks that featured cards from Celebrations. I unfortunately can't remember the name of the Kyogre's deck owner. I will put it on screen, so you'll be able to see that. But there was also Tord Reklev, and I can't remember the other guy's name either. I'll put all three names on screen and what decks they were in, but they had deck exclusives. Now the difference between these is they have silver borders, so you can see that there, and the back of them looks like that. They've all got different backs depending on what World Championship they were part of. Very sick. And there is 5 cards in total, ending with the Mew. That belonged to Tord Reklev as well. And that's it. That is the most definitive guide you will find to Celebrations. That is every single card printed to do with Pokemon's 25th anniversary in the TCG. So if you are looking to complete the set yourself, this is your checklist. Write it down, make a spreadsheet, write on your iPhone notes, whatever you want to do, and get collecting. A lot of these cards are still relatively cheap apart from the big boys. They are going up, and the 30th anniversary hits in October. So make sure you get it collected before then. And thanks again for watching. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, share it with all your friends, family, enemies, and dogs. And I will catch you in the next one.